If you ever find yourself living in an environment that feels too pressured, too harsh, and you start thinking that the problem lies within yourself, then this animal might make you pause and see everything differently. This is the reindeer, an animal often associated with stories about Santa Claus, white snow, and the holiday season. In real life, reindeer are among the animals that live and move across some of the harshest cold regions on Earth, where failing to adapt even slightly means you cannot survive. Where do they live? The reindeer's scientific name is Reindeer tarandus, also known as the North American reindeer or caribou. They live in northern Europe, Siberia, Alaska, and Canada, including Arctic and subarctic regions. These are places where winters last for many months, sunlight nearly disappears for a large part of the year, and food sources are extremely scarce. Most animals cannot survive long under such conditions, but reindeer can. How do they survive? Reindeer do not survive because of superior strength or speed. They survive thanks to a series of very unique biological traits. Their bodies are optimized for extreme cold environments. Both males and females have antlers. Unlike most other deer species, both male and female reindeer have antlers. Antlers are not only used for competition or defense. In winter, when food is buried deep beneath thick snow, antlers help them dig through the snow to find lichens and buried plants, which become vital sources of survival when everything else disappears. This is especially important in helping females and calves survive the harshest period of the year. Seasonal eye adaptation. Reindeer eyes can change according to the amount of environmental light. In summer, their eyes process strong light that lasts almost all day. But in winter, when the sun barely appears, their visual system changes to help them see better. In low light conditions and on highly reflective white snow, they do not see the world the way humans do, but in a way that allows them to live more effectively in their environment. Extremely effective insulating fur. Reindeer fur is specially structured with hollow hairs inside, which trap warm air and provide insulation far more effectively than most mammals. Thanks to this, they can withstand strong winds and extremely low temperatures. Besides, reindeer hooves are wide and split, allowing them to dig through snow to find food, move across ice and snow without slipping or sinking, and adapt well to soft ground during summer. Their circulatory system is adapted to cold conditions, with blood flow regulated to reduce heat loss in the legs and nose, keeping vital organs warm. A reindeer's nose can warm incoming air before it enters the lungs, helping protect the body in extreme cold. All of this shows one thing: reindeer are born to live well in cold environments. However, reindeer are among the land animals that migrate the longest distances in the world. Every year, they can travel thousands of kilometers to find areas with more suitable living conditions. They do not stay attached to one place just because it is familiar. When an environment no longer meets their survival needs, they leave without hesitation. Why do they move? Reindeer do not migrate because they cannot endure the cold. They migrate to continue living in environments that match what they have adapted for. Migration is part of their survival strategy. Reindeer move because food sources change with the seasons. Frozen snow makes digging for food more difficult. Insects explode in summer, causing stress and energy loss. Breeding requires safer locations. They do not stay in places that drain their life away. They choose to move in order to continue living well. Migration does not contradict adaptation. Migration is exactly how reindeer use their ability to adapt. Lesson for us: reindeer do not try to become another species. They do not try to live the way animals that do not belong to that land live. When an environment no longer fits, they move. When conditions change, they adapt, but they do not lose their true nature. Reindeer do not know that they are inspiring anyone. They are simply doing what is necessary to survive. Yet the way they live leaves behind a very clear lesson. The lesson here is very clear. Not every environment is meant for you. Trying harder is not always the answer. Sometimes survival is not about endurance, but about choosing the right place to exist. Change is not always weakness. Leaving is not always failure. Not everyone is born into easy conditions. Not every environment suits you. Change is not always weakness. Sometimes it is a sign that you are aware enough to save yourself. Leaving is not giving up. At times, it is the only way to continue surviving and growing. You do not need to adapt by losing who you are. You only need to find the right place where your true self can live. Nature does not teach us how to become the same. It teaches us how to live according to our own conditions. If nature does not force reindeer to live where they do not belong, then why do you force yourself?